Well, hello. This is your girl, Miss Scarlett O'Hell No. And I'm coming in because I just watched a movie on Amazon Prime called Alice. Alice is a movie that came out this year, 2022, and it is a depiction of some things that I've saw in the past. I've seen videos where some black people here in the United States have no idea that we free black people actually exist. So, if you don't want a spoiler on the movie Alice, then I would suggest that you click off this video. And once you've watched the movie, then you can come back and watch the video. But honestly, the movie was pretty good. It was a decent movie. However, I was so upset after the movie ended. I just felt like I wanted more. I felt like um I really want to know like what the other people thought of the new world. So when the movie first started, it looks like one of those typical slavery movies, and it looks like they're in the antebellum South based on the cabins where the black people live and the big old White House where the white people live. It looks like maybe I say a good mm, a little less than 20 actual blacks that's working. Hey, Bev. Okay, so I already gave a disclaimer, Beverly. I'm coming in to talk about a movie called Alice on Amazon Prime. If you don't want to know the deets on the movie, then I'm gonna suggest that you click off, and once you watch the movie, then you can come back and watch the video. Now, I definitely try. I don't know why I can't get into my Just Lovely TV channel. Um, I don't even remember the email address that was used. I tried to add another channel under this profile. It would not allow me. So on this one it's just lovely and just lovely plans and Scarlet. But I appreciate you coming in. But we're gonna talk about the movie Alice, okay? So basically, when the movie first comes on, it looks like the antebellum South. I mean, it's got that same, big house and then the little cabins. And you see these people that are working in the fields, and you see everybody got on they, you know, 1800 wear. It's just astonishing, right? So basically, if I didn't know what the movie was about based on the trailer, then I just would have thought that this was one of those movies depicting slavery in the South. Okay, so basically what it is that Alice is a slave and she is actually working in the big house, and in the evening or at night she actually goes back to the cabin. Master Paul hey Riri Carter. Master Paul has taught Alice how to read. So basically, at night, what she does is she goes back to the cabin and she reads stories to the others, right? So, in the beginning of the show, you actually see this guy in He just made a sudden move, like a little quick move in the field, and Paul went out and just beat him down. Just beat him down. And, he was like, don't now one of y'all help him get up either. He got himself down there on that ground and let him get up by himself. I was like, God damn. So later that night, I think he did that because in before that actually happened, you could see that they were having like a wedding ceremony between him and Alice. And I think that in the actual slave times, they had to like sneak and get married to one another. So they was having a ceremony one night, and Alice and the guy, they were getting married to each other. Oh, I forgot to tell you all too that the movie Alice is starring Kiki Palmer. Kiki is playing the character of Alice, and the gentleman that she married, I can't even tell y'all his name. Hold on. It is. It looks like Gustus Charles. It's spelled Gaius Charles. Okay, so let me get back to the story, y'all. So, like I was saying in the beginning, because I got two of y'all up in here, the movie was really good because it was eye opening to me. Now, basically, they got married. So I told y'all, Master Paul went out in the fields and beat him like the next day. And I'm assuming because he knew that he had married Alice. Alice worked in the big house. So it was some very disturbing scenes during this time because they getting beat. Um, his grandfather was like, um, one day this guy just came out the sky. The father is telling the son a story that his father told him. So he was like, one day this guy just fell out the sky and he looked like he was from a different world. I've never seen anything like this before. So he was telling, Alice, he was like, Alice, it's something more going on and we just don't know about it because I can't tell you about it. But have you ever thought about running away, just getting away from this place? And she was like, yeah, I do all the time. Come, the master is, raping her. He told her the only reason why he taught her how to read was so that she could read to him. And she was in the house and she was serving him and and his people. They had an overseer making sure they don't run. And you know, the next day he gives Alice a what you call those lighters? He gives Alice a Zippo lighter. And like during those times, it wasn't a such thing as a Zippo. So they looking at this damn Zippo and they like, what the hell is this? Um, we don't know what this is. What is this? We never seen anything like this in our life. This don't even exist. What is this? Do they know magic? It's crazy to me. And so basically, the next day he tries and run, and what he does is his father told him where the grandfather actually buried the man that came from the sky, because later on in the movie we see what happens to the man who came from the sky. And they buried him right there in his clothing. And when he went into the man's pocket, that's how he found the Zippo. So basically, the next day the gentleman tries to run. And what happens is he decides that both him and Alice are gonna run together. So he was gonna make a distraction so that I guess you want to call him the overseer. The overseer can actually, be distracted with him so that Alice can get a head start and he gonna follow. So he's trying to take the gun from the overseer and he ends up getting shot in the back as he's trying to run away. And so Alice thinking that he is dead. So Alice don't run, she stays there. And that night, she real good and pissed off because they kill her husband. They have killed her husband. So she real mad. And Paul knows she pissed off. So he wanna play a little game with her. And he like, I give y'all the best life I can give y'all, and y'all treat us. That's what treason looks like. That's what treason look like. You just, you can't be trying to run because I'm giving y'all the best life I can give you. That sounds just like the motherfuckers. So Alice was like, I can't believe this shit. So she just started beating on him, beating him down. And I don't know, have y'all ever seen like those the pictures that they show where how they would torment the slaves or whatever. They would put them on that mast with that ball and then tie them up outside. Well, they did that to girl, I do two twin. They did that to Alice, right? They put her on that. And then the next day she decides that she gonna make a run for it. So she stabbed Paul ugly ass in the eye. So she done got it. She done got that eye. And he laying on the ground just screaming and hollering and wailing. And Alice just take off running. She running all through them damn woods. Alice, and then Alice comes to a point where you don't see nothing but concrete, cars flying by. And she looking like, what the fuck? Wait a minute, hold on. Where the hell am I? I done came to a new dimension. Because y'all, I told y'all you would think this was in 1878. But baby, come to find out they is in 1973. And Alice run her ass in the middle of the street and a what you call a rig comes and damn near run Alice ass over. And come to find out it's Carmen. Carmen gets out the truck and he goes and he's like, ma'am, are you okay, ma'am? Cause she just falls out when she sees the truck. Isn't that shocking? Like all this time you've been living on the plantation. And I'm gonna get to that, Sean. I am. I'm gonna get to that. But all this time, you've been living on the plantation. You ain't never seen concrete. You ain't never seen a damn car. Because if I ain't mistaken, they walked everywhere. So they never seen none of she never seen none of this. So he get her and put her in the truck. And I'm trying to figure out like why they come and think that she had amnesia because who in the hell in 1973 was dressed like they was I don't know, maybe he thought she was in some kind of play or something. I have no idea. But she had on her little prairie dress. Looked like she was in 1876. And he say, well, ma'am, you must have had a good fall. I'm gonna go ahead and take you to the hospital. So he takes Alice to the hospital. And they like, okay, ma'am, what's your name? She said, I don't write. Okay, ma'am, what's your name? Alice. What's your last name? I don't have no last name. And she like, you gonna help me? And the little white lady, she like, yeah, we're gonna let you go somewhere real nice. And she wrote on the paper mental evaluation. So she sent her to the little waiting area, and Common comes back, and he's like, where is the lady Alice? And she was like, if you know Ken, then you can't go. I can't give you no information. So he go and find Alice, and he's like, come on, you gotta go with me. We gotta escape. We gotta escape. Thank you, Sean. We gotta get you up out of here because they trying. She said, no, they sending me somewhere real nice. He's like, no, they trying to put you in one of them places where you don't want to be. And she's like, how you know? He like, cause I know somebody who was there and they died there. And she said, how I know you ain't bad guy? It's called Alice, and it's on Amazon Prime. And she's like, how I know you ain't the bad guy? And he's like, come on, I'm trying to help you. So he go and he put Alice in the truck. And y'all, the brother, oh my God, the brother is something else. So, he in this rig, he pulls up and she see these lighter people and they in the field and they picking like, I think blueberries or something like that. You welcome, babes. They picking blueberries or something. Blueberries, blackberries, but they picking some berries. And they lighter complected people, they ain't white. They look like I think they were Mexicans, but they was working and picking the fruit. And so she's like, oh, who they own them? And come looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck is you talking about? Them people get paid to do that. And he's like, I'm gonna help you get some help because I know you don't have amnesia. You got amnesia. I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you get some help because he knew like 1973. Then you looking at what she got on and what she talking like and you like it's something wrong with this broad baby. Oh, she needs some help. Get Alice some help ASAP because she can't dig it. It's 1973. So his brother like, oh, you late. You who was that with you? You always on that bull jive. And so he's like really cutting him down real hard. So he's like, all right, man, I'm gone. I'm finna go. So he get Alice, put her back in put Alice in his car, and then they go and he takes Alice to his mother's house. Well, come to find out that, somebody decided that his mother needed to go somewhere real nice too. And that was the actual person that he knew who had actually went somewhere that was real nice, where they was gonna send Alice. Cause everybody thought Alice was crazy. Because Alice thought she was like in the 1800s. And we're in 1973. So Alice was struggling. So he takes Alice to his house, and Alice is looking around the house, and he asked Alice if she was hungry. He fixed Alice one of them good old Tracy Loney sandwiches with a little mustard. So he was like, how you like that? And she said, it's salty. He was like, it's the mustard. It's the mustard. It's good though, ain't it? She was like, yeah. And she said, you got some milk with it? He said, would you like some juice? Cause y'all gotta remember, Alice came from where they probably got them eating slop. They really did have these people thinking that they were slaves in 1973. So Alice, he tells Alice, well, he turns on the TV. Alice looking at the TV and she looking at the people, and she see Angela Davis with her afro, looking all cute. Then he changed the channel. She see you know, my girl Foxy Brown. I don't know why I can't think of her name right now, but he see Coffee. She see Coffee on the screen. Then he changed the channel again, and Sanford's son is on. Yeah, that's that lonely. But Sanford and Son is on, and Alice said, "Are those little bitty people?" And he was like, "No, this TV. They regular size people like you and me. It's just that this is TV." So he like, damn, what the fuck wrong with this broad? Like, something going on with this broad. I don't want this broad to kill me in my sleep tonight. So let me go on and get her some. I'm finna go find her something to put on with the bed. And so shit, I don't know. So he gave her, yeah, Pam Grill. Thank you, babe. So he gave her some shirts. And he said, these are the smallest shirts that I could find. It's a toothbrush in the bathroom for you. And so, yeah, you have, so she looking real sad because she see the bed. And every time Paul would do his molestation of her, he'll tell her to sit on the bed. So she looking real weird because, he tell her, okay, so here's the clothes, the bathroom right here, and she looking like he finna get me. He finna rape me. But he actually was a gentleman. He actually let her go to bed. He woke up the next morning, and he, showed her like these are books. He showed her some encyclopedias. He showed her some magazines. He was trying to actually get her memory back because I'm telling y'all, he thought that her memory was gone or she need mental evaluation for real because she, because she kept on asking, "Are you free? Are we free? How you like this? You, you free?" And he'll read this because he realized that she could actually read, but she couldn't write. So while he at work all day, huh? He was like, "Let me give you something to jog your memory. Let me give you something to jog your memory." Y'all remember the rotary phones? He done pulled out the little rotary phone. He was like, "Here, see, this what you and your girlfriends like the gossip on all the time." And she's like, "No, what's that?" So he dialed through the rotary. So he rotary the phone, and she heard the beep beep beep, beep, baby. She hung up that phone so quick because she was like, "Oh no, 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 no! What's this witchcraft shit? I don't know what y'all got going on in this world, but this some witchcraft shit. I don't want to be down with this witchcraft shit. So I don't get it, but yeah, no, I don't need to know nothing about it." So he tell her, here go a phone booth, but maybe you can look through here and find some of your people to call because um this you can find just about anybody in this book, but not like the president or nothing like that, but just about anybody can be in this book. So she's like, okay. So while he at work, she going through the encyclopedia, and she stumbles across slavery, and she see what the meaning of slavery is. And she realized all this time she been a slave, because the way that they was describing the black people at the plantation was as domestic workers. So she realized that no, she was actually a slave. Yeah, she was actually a slave. And so let me adjust myself. So when she realized that she was actually a slave, she, reading through the encyclopedia, and she's actually getting knowledge or whatever. And she comes across the Emancipation Proclamation. And she reads that um, President Lincoln actually freed the slaves in the South, and that she had been free for I think, she was free before, she was even born. She was born free, but Paul had her thinking that she was actually a slave. You know, they didn't have no TVs. They didn't have anything modern on the plantation. As a matter of fact, they didn't have no electricity on the plantation. But I forgot to tell y'all, Paul and his wife actually left. Her name was Rachel Bennett. And the son would come to the plantation, and he supposedly was off at school. But come to find out, he was actually living with his mama, because his mama had left the plantation. And her name was Rachel Bennett. So, she looking through the telephone book, and she done call all the Rachel Bennett she can call. Come and explain to her that in order for you to find the people that you got to go in alphabetical order and they last name first. So she done call all the Rachel Bennetts. All the Rachel Bennetts like, nah, I ain't never been married to Paul. I don't know Paul. Who is Paul? I don't know Paul. Who is that? We don't know Paul. Ain't no Paul here. Till finally she actually reached Rachel. And so she called Rachel. She like, Rachel, this Alice. And she was like, Alice, how you call me? Cause she know ain't no damn phone at the plantation. Rachel know ain't no damn phone there with Paul and them. So she like, how you call me? So she's like, I need to see you. I need to see you, Rachel, because I'm free. And she was like, well, we can meet tomorrow at this place right here. So, yeah, we can meet tomorrow. We can meet tomorrow. So tomorrow come, and the little boy, he with the mama now. He ain't at the plantation with the daddy. He with the mama. And they sitting at the table in the cafe. And he like, Alice, I want something to eat. And she looked at him and said, I ain't gotta fix you nothing to eat. I ain't no slave no more. And so the mama was like, baby, go over there and play. Go over there and play. So Alice told her, she was just straight up with her. She was like, so Rachel, you knew all this time we weren't slaves. And you done left us up there to the plantation, and you couldn't even save us. You saved yourself. And here go Rachel with the full shit. Oh, no, we did everything we could. We took care of y'all. We did everything to, see that y'all was all right. So you ungrateful, baby. Before I knew it, Alice had done got up and slapped the shit out of Rachel dumb ass. She done slapped the hell out of Rachel. And Carmen was like, Carmen had snuck in, and cause she wanted to have this one on one with Rachel, but she didn't even know Carmen was sitting there listening. And I think the reason why Carmen was just sitting there listening, because still deep in his heart, he couldn't believe that people was actually slaves at 1973. Like, who could imagine that it's people still holding people as their property in 1973? So Carmen was sitting behind them in another booth, and he was just listening in on the conversation. And he knew, like, deep in his heart, listening to Alice speak to Rachel, that all this time this woman had actually thought she had been a slave. This woman did not know she was actually free. I appreciate that, treasure hunter. Actually, I lived those times. Actually, I'll come back to that in a separate video. We'll do another video, treasure hunter, and I'll break down the times that I had as a story time based on that video. Okay, we could do that, but we're gonna talk about Alice. So, and I appreciate you being here, and I do thank you for dropping down in the chat. It's only three of us here because I'm talking about a movie that a lot of people haven't seen yet. And I was just doing a discussion because I think that it's a very good video. Oh no, you fine. I think that it's a very good movie, and it says a whole lot about life. And I've actually seen where it's still people that probably are still living in these conditions, like in Mississippi and in other areas, and the rural South, where they don't know that there's freedom because people are intentionally not inviting electronics, television, automobiles, and things of that nature into their lives because they still want motherfuckers to work for them for free. I just saw a video like 3 weeks ago where they was pointing out the fact that there are still people that don't know that the Emancipation Proclamation even exists, which is sad. So basically, Common just sitting there, and he's like, getting out. He's like, oh, this woman really is. She's been telling the truth the whole time. This woman really do think, well, she did think that she was actually a slave. So when they had left from the cafe later on that evening, he took her to see Coffee, starring Pam Grier, of course, one of my heroes. Child, I just loves me some black exploitation. I do. I really do. I know I probably watch Rudy Ray Moore movies and Pam Grier movies. And oh my God, I know I've watched the Mac 99 million times. That's just my era. I was born in 74. So, I ain't have nothing but I ain't have no choice but to get that in my spirit, right? So basically, they go see Coffee, and she looking at Coffee astonished because she's like, "Oh my God, this lady is the truth." And y'all know in the movies they always fighting the man. They always kicking the man ass. They killing police left and right, and they standing for black power, and it's real inspiring. So basically, she's being inspired. She like, I'm finna go kick Paul fucking ass. Who the fuck Paul think he playing with? Like, Paul done had my family over there on that goddamn plantation this whole motherfucking time, cutting down bushes, serving his motherfucking ass. And they got electricity out here. They even got TVs. People driving around. We don't walk everywhere. We had to walk down there to the church house, and we don't see. Oh, child, baby, Paul had them living stupid. So they leave there. And I did forget one thing that when Common left her, he left her with like the Jet magazines at that time, Ebony magazines. She said all these, Diana Ross, all these black women that are actually doing it. Like she see that we got like I said, we had Angela, we had she was looking at everything. But he had this box, right? And in the box, he had like all these articles about the Black Panther movement and, equal rights for blacks, the civil rights movement. And at the bottom of the box, he had a pistol. So she, they left from the movies and she was like, I'm going back. I'm going to get my family. And he was like, you can't do that because the police ain't gonna let you do that. And she was like, he was like, you do know that movie isn't real, right? And she was like, but what made you stop fighting for equality for blacks? She stumped him because he didn't know that she seen that box. And he explained to her, he said that that's when I was younger. And all the civil rights leaders are dead now, and people are on a different wave now. It's like everybody is okay with where we are right now. And so she was like, but you don't want to keep fighting, so you ain't gonna help me. And he was like, I can't help you. I grew up from that. And then he said, my mama died. I can't even do that no more. And she was like, you don't want to do it because your brother making you not want to do it. You letting your brother run you like Paul was trying to run me. And in a sense, I believe that's what was going on. I believe that he didn't know that she saw right through him. And he was being led by his brother. You could tell he was being led by his brother. And have you ever seen where some people try and make you feel like whatever you do is wrong. You're never right. Everything they do is right, and you don't have no say. And so I kind of feel like that's the character that Common's brother in the movie was playing, like, cause he had wanted Common to actually fire some of the Hispanic people that was working out in the field for stealing some damn blueberries, and he said fire the wife too. And he was like, why would I fire the wife? The wife probably don't even know this is going on. As a matter of fact, I don't even think that he have anything to do with some damn blueberries getting missing. I mean, some goddamn blueberries. Y'all, the brother was something else. When y'all look at this movie, y'all gonna be like, the brother is something else. So the next day she gets up, he goes to work, and the brother is picking, 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 trying him. She getting ready, baby. She done went and got a backpack, and she done ripped up that goddamn dress that she flew off that damn plantation in, and she done ripped that motherfucker up, and she done stuffed that down in a backpack. They looking at, oh, I forgot to tell y'all this too. They were looking at a map, and he was trying to show her like where he actually picked her up at. And so she saw that she was like, "What's this?" And he was like, "Public transportation." And she was like, "What's public transportation?" And he told her, he was like, "It'll take you where you want to go." So back to her, she got her knapsack together with the old slavery dress. She done ripped that up. And child, she got her two damn cans of gas. And she sitting at the damn bus stop with two cans of gas, got the backpack on her back, got on her high waisted bell bottoms. Oh yeah, and by now, baby, she got her fro. She got on her little crop top. She with the times, and it looked like she is with the fucking shit. So Common, he had worked with the brother. The brother just picking at him, picking at him, picking at him. He had already made up in his mind he wasn't going to help her. But the brother had done. He realized that what she saw in him when it came to his brother was actually the truth. So he went by the bus stop. He seen her at the bus stop, and he told her to get in. And they went back to where she came out of the woods, and they end up pouring gas from the big house all the way back to the service road. And she got that that Zippo lighter, and she lit that motherfucker, and the whole shit was on fire. And the next thing I know, you seen all the black people that work on the plantation, and Paul ugly ass and the little overseer man running, and they going to the well trying to get water to put the fire out, because they thinking they slaves. So they trying to put the fire out. They don't want to damn, fuck up and burn down where they stay and all this. And the next thing you know, they see this damn rig pulling up in there, and they looking like, what the fuck going on? What is that? Cause y'all gotta remember, they never seen an automobile. They ain't never seen no big ass truck like that coming in on the property. They stunned. They like, what the fuck going on? What is this? Is They don't know about spaceships either. So I don't know what the hell they thought it was, but it damn sure wasn't anything recognizable to them because, like I said, they've been living like they were in the 1800s. So Paul got his bitch ass standing up on the goddamn porch, and she get out, and she got her pistol cocked on Paul. And here come the overseer, and Carmen jumps out with the shotgun. He like, try it if you want to. Try it if you want to. He cocked that goddamn rifle back, and he was ready. He was like, "Bitch, I want to see you do it." So then she walks up on the porch, and guess what she do? The room where he always molested her at, she made Paul go in that room, and she told his bitch ass to sit on the bed. And he sat down on that goddamn bed, and he was like, "You delusional. You don't know what's going on. I done took care of you all this time. I done seen about y'all. I done gave your family a good life." And she was like, "Bitch, please." But he say, "I ain't never tell y'all that y'all couldn't leave, but I ain't never tell y'all could go either." So she shot Paul ass in one leg. Cause he didn't think she was gonna do it. But she shot him in one leg. Then she shot him in the next leg. She told him, she said, "I'm gonna let you die in agony, and you gonna die. You gonna be in hell, and you gonna die real slow." And she drug his ass back to that same old thing, the pole in the front of the house where they could sit on the porch and watch the slave in agony while they, bound to this pole with this helmet on their head and a ball in their mouth. And she had him right down. But, thank God, here come the ambulance, the fire trucks, the police, and, out of the blue, here come the husband. I thought the husband was actually dead too. She thought her husband had died when he tried to escape, but actually he was still alive. But he came out limping on some makeshift crutches, and they ran into each other's arms. And you could see Carmen in the background speaking to the officers and telling them what's going on. And then one of them asked, "Ma'am, who are you?" And she said, "I'm Alice." And it goes off. But like I said, y'all, I really wanted to know, what was the next thing. I really wanted to know what happened, how did the other people that was there, how did they actually adapt to. So I think it should be an Alice too, which a lot of times these type of movies there's never a sequel or anything like that. But I really feel like it should be like an Alice too, so I can actually see how the other people adapt. I feel like it would be a good movie if they did an Alice too, showing how they adapt. And then, maybe in the sequel they can be taking Paul ass to court, and he gonna spend the rest of his life in fucking prison for enslavement of people. It's, like I said, Alice was brought into the world as a free person, but lived as a slave all her life. Crazy, huh? Um, Alice is supposedly based on a true story. Right. I feel like it should be a series. I feel like they should be able to actually get they 40 acres and a mule in a lawsuit, and they should be able to actually, because that has to be a weird transition. You've been living as a slave your whole freaking life. Thank you so much, Riri Carter. But you've been living as a slave your whole life, and now you have to adapt to the real world because actually as a slave, they're not worried about currency. They are being mistreated. They're not eating the best of the best, I'm sure. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about, because I did say that it was a discussion. So basically what I did was I went and found out that it is based on a true story. And I wanted to read this article that I found. And in the article, it actually speaks about the the actual real person that this movie is based on. So I'm gonna read this article. I might stumble a little bit because I am kind of tired, but bitch, I can read. Hey Marcus, hey Mr. Marcus. So basically, the movie was it's actually came out in 2022, and it was a part of the Sundance Film Festival, and it was picked up by Amazon Prime. And if you would like to see the movie, you can actually rent the movie for $4.99 in HD and $3.99 in SD. I rented the movie. I have access to the movie. I have access to the movie for 48 hours. So whenever you rent a movie like on Amazon Prime, you have access to the movie for 2 days, 48 hours. So I've watched the movie. I doubt if I'll go back and look at it again. Like I said, it was a good movie, and I feel like I got a lot from it just watching the movie once. I feel like again it should be a sequel. I feel like it probably should have been longer than what it was because I hate when movies leave me wondering and guessing. So Kiki Palmer actually was an executive producer on the movie, and it reads like this. It says that Kiki Palmer leads film may seems like a follow to an intricate craft, a ludicrous plot line, but actually it's inspired by very real life events. So if you all remember, I did tell y'all I saw this video here on YouTube where this man just found out that he's been free all his life, and it's in Mississippi. And I think that in the year, I think it was like 2018, he was freed, but he didn't want to be free. He still wanted to live out. So, child, don't ask me about his story. But he still wanted to live down with Malcolm. So it says that the trailer opens up with a wide angle view of a colonial, told y'all I'm tired, colonial looking house, eerie undertones, remnants of Get Out, and Johnny Lee Miller referring to the black people sitting patiently as his domestic livestock. That's what they was calling them too. Domestic livestock. You'll be forgiven for thinking that the movie is set before the Emancipation Proclamation of 1963, but actually, that's a part of the intriguement of the trailer because actually, we quickly realize that beyond the trees of the plantation Alice has been kept on, the year is 1973. We very nearly do a double take when Alice escapes to a road and nearly gets hit by a truck. So we already done went through that. I just want let me go and find where they actually talk about Miss Miller. Weird. So it says that in 2006, ABC News investigate Miller reveals that her childhood was full of picking cotton, pulling corn, picking peas, picking butter beans, picking string beans, digging potatoes, whatever it was, that's what you had to do for no money at all. The proclamation of 1963 should have been the end of slavery. Instead, American Justice Department record reveals a more sinister tale of prosecutions throughout the 20th centuries against white people who continue to keep black people in an involuntary servitude lifestyle. The lives of Miller and her family was filled with coercion, threats, exploitation, and a complete masquerade of the outside modern world in which they live. I did say 19. Oh, I probably said 19. It is 1863. I'm sorry. Y'all know I'm tired. Speaking to ABC News, Miller said, they beat us. They didn't feed us. We had to go and drink water out the creek. We ate like hogs. When asked about the possibilities of running away, she admitted that she didn't because where could you run to? We thought everybody was the same and in the same predicament. We didn't know everybody wasn't living the same life we were living. We thought that this was just for black folk. And that's what in the movie That's what they kept saying, like, and actually there was another family in the movie that also had domestic livestock, because when she had married the husband in the movie, what ended up happening was the other people, they had people on their land too. And he was trying to, he told the guy, he said, we're going to send you over to the other plantation because um we want you to go over there and procreate and have some babies with the other lady, and once she get pregnant then you can come back over here to us. Now that was a scene in the movie. So if you see that neighboring white people also have domestic livestock, then if that's all you see, you would always think that this was the life that all black people led. You wouldn't know that we're in a different time than what you think, because this is what you're being fed. Like I said, they made sure that they made it to where there wasn't any type of modernization of where they lived. They had them living in small cabins. They were surrounded by woods. Even when they went to church, they all walked to church, and they sat outside while Paul bitch ass was in there preaching about how what they're doing to their domestic livestock is right. No, Sean, you got to watch the end. You got to watch the end. You saw at the end who she was kissing at the end, Sean. Yes, go back to the end. That's why I said that I felt like I was cheated at the end, because even Alice, you remember that she said that she told Carmen that, or what come Fred Frank some, I don't know what Carmen name was, but she told him that she had a husband and he was dead. Remember, she told him he was dead, but at the end she see him coming from the distance, and she runs directly into his arms, and he told her, I couldn't. He said, I didn't know. I couldn't believe that you was actually gonna run. I did too, Sean. I did too. Twin, twin, girl, twin. I just knew that was what was gonna happen, because she told Carmen that her husband died. So I just knew, even at the plantation when the fire was going and the fire truck, I just knew we were gonna see them get back in the truck, and they were gonna ride off in the distance. And then it was gonna be like, in 5 years later, here comes the children. They having a good time. Girl, they cheated me. I'm telling you, they cheated me. They cheated me. Oh, he was too, wasn't he, girl? He looked good in 73. It says Miller and her family did not know what was happening around them because there was no TV or access to the outside world. Something that also explored throughout Alice. Miller's father tried to flee property but was caught by other landowners who returned him to the farm where he was brutally beaten in front of his family. One night, though, Miller ran into the woods and hid in the bushes until another family found her and took her in and rescued the rest of the family that later on that night. Historians and Historian Antoinette Harwell uncovered the story of Miller, who passed away in 2014. And her family passed when she walked. What? And her family's passed when she walked into a wood shop Harwell was running on the issue of the slave reclamation. Rep, what we want? We want. I'm tired. We want reparations. We want reparations. Like, good lord, we want reparations back in the early 2000s, as well as Miller's story. Harwell was unearthed multiple by other shocking stories of enslaved people in American southern states like Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Florida. Alice may be a work of fiction, but it's approximately closest to reality than and the scariest thing to know about. So it says, oh, so basically what it's saying is Alice will be available to watch in the UK cinema nationwide and on my mother's birthday, March the 18th. So listen, y'all. I feel like I keep saying the movie cheated us, but uh, I still believe that there are people out there that are being treated this way and they have no idea what's around them, going on around them. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, when I read this article, this is the first time I actually read the article. I went and looked up this article and I was gonna do a video as Scarlett, but I was gonna do it on my Just Lovely TV channel. And for whatever reason I couldn't get into that channel. But I decided that I will go live and talk about it. But since I read this article, it is crazy to me. Thank God my people are from Tennessee. But child, look, my maiden name is Miller. I wanna cry. And then that what I hate when things are like tied to me. I know this don't have anything to do with me. But child, I didn't even realize the daggone lady who had done ran and got free later on after the damn freedom. Last name was Miller, and then they gonna let the UK see it on my mama's birthday. Lord help me. So it was meant for me to come talk to y'all about that. I don't know why it is, but anything that I can relate to, just a smidget of something that is, relatable to me. Like Sean is twin because me and her share the same birthday. Now I might be a little older than her, but yeah, we twin because me and her have the same date of birth. And so anything like that, I have like a, you know, connection or somewhat you might call like a kindred spirit. So yeah, I really enjoyed coming to y'all and talking to y'all. And I really enjoy even talking about this movie. I'm going to definitely try and get my Just Lovely Just Lovely TV channel back up and running. I gotta figure out how to get in. I know I use the same password for everything, and I just don't understand why I can't get in. I can't get in. Wow. Wow, really? See, that's so weird to me because I remember my great grandmother. I think my great grandmother died when I was like 14. And I remember I was just telling my aunt earlier today that I have memories that go all the way back to maybe like 3 and 4 years old. And a lot of people can't go back that far. Yeah, you're a baby. A lot of people can't go back that far, but I have memories that goes all the way back to like 3 and 4 years old. Now, as far as I don't remember shit like two, I could tell you why I can remember three, and that it's not that vague either. I have like really really deep memories about the age of three, and it's nothing sad. It's nothing sad. Actually, they're like silly memories. Um, I actually have a niece that kind of reminds me of myself when I was her age, and I've been around her like the last past 4 days. But right now she's like 4. She'll be 5 on November 1st, and she's 4 years old right now. But when I tell y'all that's me reincarnated all over again, like and Sean, it's gonna be funny to you, but my name is Sean. My name is actually Sean. And so today we was all riding. My family was like, Sean, you know that's your twin. I don't know why you can't stand her. You know that's your twin. She's you reincarnated. We went to visit my father because my father's still in the hospital, right? So we went and visited my father, and on the way back, my aunt was like, I think I might get the girls and take them to the we have like the parks, and they have like the little splash pads or whatever. So she was like, I think I might go by and give your sister a break today and let the girls go to the splash pad. And so she called my sister and she was like, you could tell the girls to get dressed, and I'll come and get them, and I'll, take them off your hands for a little while. And child, my niece came out the damn house. Only thing I can say, well, you ain't nothing but a hoochie bomber. Baby, she had on her little, she had on some BB slides. She had on some short shorts, a crop top. And I'm looking like, boy, if that ain't me. And then she get it, and she had on her little, it was frozen, but it was frozen, but it was one of those cross bodies that you could put across. And I'm walking around with crossbody too. And she get in and she look at me and she just like, hey auntie, and roll her eyes real hard. And I'm like, you look healthy. And it is so funny to me because I was I'm telling my aunt like, oh, okay, I'm 48. But I'm telling my aunt like, oh my god, she just the worst. She the worst. And then my aunt like, girl, you used to be the same way. And I was horrible. I was horrible as a kid. And I know I'm off topic, and I should have stopped this because and then start another one. But we've been visiting with my dad. My dad been in the hospital now since the 6th, and he's doing way better. He's doing way better. Like yesterday and today are polar opposite. Yesterday, I probably was like so I was just boo hoo hoo, and today my dad had me in that hospital laughing my ass off. So lately we've been kind of talking about this, and the aunt that coming to get me, that's my dad's sister. And so basically we've been having little flashback moments, talking about the things that we always done as a family. And I've always been like a daddy's girl. And they was yesterday they were really on me because they was like, thank you so much, Sean. But they was like, um, oh yeah, y'all. I get it from my daddy. That's all I'm gonna say. But yesterday, they was on me so bad because they was like, I remember when you was a kid. My grandmother, they say mama, but they was like, mama used to tell them to come get you because you was just too grown. You always cussed everybody out. And that just came from my dad and my granddad. They would just be like, cuss them out. Just cuss them out. Cause I don't know. I was like I said, I was the only and the first girl. Um, honestly, I thought that it would bother me and probably because I have the stress seizures. So I thought that I would be so stressed out and maybe have a seizure or whatever behind this. But actually I've been doing really good and I thank you for asking, Riri. I have been doing really, really good. And I think it has a whole lot to do with during this time you don't have anything to do but be with your family and be, close knit. And they ain't doing nothing but, they want me to be in charge because it's my dad. But at the same time, they helping me. And I appreciate them. But today, my dad was like, at first when we went in, he was like laid back or whatever. And you could tell he probably was trying to rest. And we probably interrupted his rest. And he was looking like he didn't, he's kind of confused. And he's still in ICU. And so he was like, I was like, Daddy, do you know who I am? And he was like, you know. So yesterday we went, he wasn't, talking. He wasn't saying anything. But we could tell he wanted the mitts because he in ICU. So they have the mitts on his hands. And you could tell that he want the mitts off his hands. He don't want that on him. And he don't want them to have his arms restrained because basically what he was doing was he was pulling on the oxygen and he was pulling out things that are helping him to get well, like his IV. He was pulling all that out. So today we go and he's holding his hands up. And I'm like, no, I'm not taking your hands out of those. You need those mitts. So he's looking at me and he rolled his eyes hard. And I'm looking like, ain't no way, I don't care. You could be mad, but you need to be here so that they can bring you back to good health. So I'm like, but daddy, do you know me? Do you know who I am? And he was like, no. I said, oh, at least you said no. At least you said no. That's good. Thank you. That's good. I said, but daddy, I love you, daddy. And he looking at me like, yeah, right. So then I said, well, let me FaceTime my brother. So I FaceTime my brother. And so my brother like, hey, how you doing, dad? He like, what's up? My dad like, what's up? And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Daddy said, what's up? Like, oh my God. I'm so excited. I'm happy. So then, we sat there for a minute. Doctor came in and told us, where he's at and how he's progressed and, and what's going to be, some of the next things that we do to try and get him back to full health. And so when the doctor leave out, he's like holding the mitts up. And I'm like, no, daddy, I'm not fit. No, we're not gonna take those off of you. Yeah, my daddy said, how long it gonna take for you to comprehend? I said, what? So basically what my dad wanted us to do was he wanted, and what he had started doing was, you know, I guess he was trying to be a little mischievous by trying to lift up his arms and kind of like make it seem like he about to pull out the tube or whatever, right? So then my aunt, she went and grabbed his arm because he's like, moving like the tube. He trying to hit the tube with the mitt. And so my aunt grabbed his arm and she, put it back on the bed, and they have these like little straps that you can restrain his arm. Yes, girl, that I miss. They had these little straps that you can restrain his arms down his side. And so, we've been paying attention to what the nurses been doing so that he can't actually lift them all the way up so that he's knocking tubes or anything like that. So she, strapped down the other one. But me and my other aunt, we on one side of the bed, and she like, I let this one stay free. And he like, no. So he wanted her to actually strap that down too. So my aunt strapped it down too and shit. I was like, Daddy, do you want to watch a Western? I can look for you a Western because my dad loved a good Western movie. And I was like, I could find you a good Western. Would you like me to look for you a Western on TV? And he was like, mm, mm. I was like, do that mean yes? And so he didn't say, so I was like, I'm just gonna turn the TV on. And then I cut the light down. And he was like, now get out. I said, get out. You put us out. And he was like, I want to rest. I said, well, all right then. We'll see you tomorrow, I think. I said, if I call you tomorrow, you gonna talk to me, Daddy? And he was like, mm. I was like, okay, then I'll just come see you in person. But y'all, yes, my dad, I feel like because yesterday it wasn't any of this. So I feel like my dad is getting back to normal. However, I feel like um I don't want my dad to get put out because he a little he is a little fresh. He fresh. And he gonna work the hell out them nurses. And I don't want them to put my daddy out. I want them to get my dad well. And I told him that you need to be careful because you don't want them to mistreat you. So be nice to these people. Don't be bad. Just let people know what you want. And tomorrow they're supposed to have somebody to come down and you know, help him with speech and things like that. So I feel like he's going in the right direction. And I've been asking a lot of people to pray with me to get my father back to full health. And yeah, they should be used to it, huh, Sean? And it was so funny because before we even went to the hospital, I was on TikTok and I saw this girl, and she was talking about how she was a nurse, and how when she went into one of her patients' room, he told his daughter, "This is the lady that give me my sponge baths." And the daughter was looking. She said that the daughter was looking like, "What are you talking about? No, daddy." And so, he was Caucasian, and the lady was, the nurse, she was black. She on TikTok. And she was like, he had said, they say the blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. And she said she just looked at him, and when she looked at the daughter, she was beet red. And so she said, the daughter tried to change the subject. And so she was like, "So, Dad, like, what did you and Mom used to do for fun?" Because he in a confused state, too. That's the way that the lady on TikTok described him, as in a confused state, incoherent. So she was like, what did you and Mom used to do for fun? Dad, what y'all used to do for fun? And the nurse on TikTok was like, he told his daughter, "Your mama was stale." So that's all. And then we get to the hospital, and my daddy back to normal. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be a mess. Y'all, please forgive my dad, cause y'all, look, he don't know what he doing. I'm for real, he don't. He usually, and y'all, honestly, I know that the things that my dad do with me or around me, my dad shows me a very timid side of himself, and he has always treated me like, with kid gloves. I could tell y'all so many stories about how I never learned how to ride a bike. I never learned how to skate. One Christmas I had got a big wheel bike, skates, and all the dolls. I got everything I asked for. When we was kids, they would give us the J.C. Penney Christmas catalog, and we could go and circle. My parents would give us the catalog, and I had one. My brother had one. My sister had one, and we would just give them our book. But this year I was still an only child. So this year they gave me a catalog. My mom was big and pregnant. So, I guess they were like, shit, this finna be her last Christmas by herself. So we might as well just go all out. So everything that I went through that catalog and I circled, I got for Christmas. I got a bike, big wheel, and skates. On Christmas Day, I went out to try and, learn how to ride my bike, and I fell and I scraped my knee. And you know what my daddy did? My daddy put that damn bike in his trunk, and I never saw that bike again in life. So I never actually learned how to ride a bike because I scraped my knee. So my dad has always treated me like really gentle. He taught me how to cuss real good. Now I ain't gonna lie to y'all about that, but he always treated me with kid gloves. At one point, I'm telling y'all, I used to think I must have been retarded, because I used to always try and figure out, like, why I'm treated so, precious, when my brother was treated like, oh, he's gonna be a man. I used to always wonder, like, am I retarded? Like, what the hell going on? Like, why this motherfucker treat me like girl, I promise y'all, I I used to ask my dad, because my dad used to be like, you're gonna have to be on punishment. You gotta go in your room and read a book for 5 hours. And I used to be like, I don't want to read a book. Just whoop me. Just whoop me. My dad used to be like, I'm not gonna whoop you. Go read that damn book. But I wanted to go outside and play. But that would be my punishment. I have to go read. But y'all gave y'all enough adventures of Scarlett O'Hara childhood. It is actually 12:25. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get me some rest because believe it or not, every morning I wake up at 6 a.m. on the dot, and usually it's the doctor calling. And well, I wake up at 6 a.m. on the dot every morning, anyways. But lately, it's been a call from the doctor letting me know the progress that my dad had overnight. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get me some rest. But I do thank y'all so much for coming over. And the video about the Miami boys, it is called. Let me tell you what it's called. So if you want to go back and look at that one too, Sean is. And I'm telling y'all, I have videos on my channel that people go back, and I'm so surprised that those videos are still getting views because people they go find the oldest videos that I've done and comment on them. And sometimes I'm kind of confused as to what the hell they talking about. But that's one video that I always know what they're talking about because it's very specific to you have to be specific as to what you're talking about if you comment. So let me find it. And a lot of people always tell me they like the intro. Sometimes I could be a little creative. I could be creative. Where are you? Where are you? Dang. So on the New Year's, that's when I got a video on my channel called it's January 1st, 2022. It says the day Pimpin died. Rest in peace, Max Julius. So that's when the Mac died on January. See, these videos, they're like points in my diary, if you will. Whatever interests me, it's a reason why I do videos on them. Because it kind of give me some type of relief as to dump things off my brain. So, it's actually an easy one. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and comment under this video. But the name of the video is called The Miami Boys versus the Herndon Homeboys. And let me copy that and then I'll put it up under this video as a comment. So, yeah. I thank you all so much. Oh, you too. I hope you all have a great night's rest. I thank you all so much for joining me tonight. This was really fun. Um, I promise y'all I'm gonna try and get my Just Lovely TV channel back up and running because I wanna start maybe reviewing things I watch, even like old movies. Like I have watched. I want to review some of the movies, and these I know they won't be spoilers, but y'all won't believe it. I am a real Hogwarts nerd. I love everything. Harry Potter, the the Fantastic Beast. They just came out with a part three, Dumbledore Secrets. Oh baby, those are so good. I'm telling y'all, and I would love to come and just do a whole review on all of the Harry Potters and all of the Fantastic Beasts. And I love Lord of the Rings, so I might just do that. I might, and I might just have to go ahead and bite the bullet and create another channel. I hate to create another channel because I want to keep everything under this email, because the reason why is because this email actually has I have prime, premium. I have my premium subscription over here, and I can't stand commercials. So it's real hard for me to even do another channel and be on another, I don't like the commercials. But I might have to break down and just do another whole another channel, which I've created. I can't go live on the channel yet because I have to do it within 48 hours. So I might just come and do lives. And what I'll do is I will actually, if I go live on the channel, I will actually share it on Scarlett's community wall. So y'all just stay tuned for the community wall. And I guess we could start out with my favorite, Hogwarts and Harry Potter, and we could do a discussion video, and I can drop the link if anybody want to come up and talk, because y'all know I'm a witch at heart. Someone told me that. I'm gonna go and look at that. Someone told me that. So that'll probably be on my next. But the thing, Sean, is that I don't want to be doing spoilers. Like last week, I wanted to talk about the Pink. I want to talk about P Valley, and it was people in the chat that haven't seen it. Now, in the beginning of this video, I had like maybe two or three people in here in the very beginning, but I could tell like when I told them that I was going to be talking about something that a lot of people may have not seen yet. Um, they left because they didn't want me to spoil it for them. But I feel like if we talk about Harry Potter, who ain't watched Harry Potter? And if you ain't watched Harry Potter, that means that you don't like movies like that. I love fantasy movies, period. So we're gonna do a fantasy series where we're gonna talk about Harry Potter. We're gonna talk about my pirate. Johnny Depp is baby daddy. We're gonna talk about Pirates of the Caribbean. We're gonna talk about Lord of the Rings, Fantastic Beasts, and it's a few others that I like. I really do like. So yeah, that's what I put in the title. Spoiler alert. That's what I put in this title. It say Alice review. Spoiler alert and discussion. That's what it say. But yeah, y'all know I can go on. So I'm gonna end it. And I've already copied the link to the other video that the person came in and brought up. Who was that? I appreciate them for dropping down. If they still in here. Treasure Hunter. He said, love the Miami Boys video. Trap lore is absolutely fascinating. I could not imagine living through that though. Love from Augusta. So they live in Augusta, Georgia. Um let me tell y'all something. So what that person just said is trap lore is fascinating, right? I grew up in a time where it was all about the streets. It was all about the trap. I was a I was a subdivision girl, but I always would go and visit. I go. I think I was looking at Rocks the other day, and I couldn't relate to Rocks because she was like, "You dated the drug dealer, but there wasn't nobody that you wanted to, say that's gonna be your husband. You just gonna be around for a little while, but you gonna go back home to what's reality. It's not gonna be over here on Scarlet. See, I don't want to do that. Well, I think I'm gonna have to, cause I promise y'all I don't want to go to a channel that's not on my premium subscription of YouTube. I don't want to do that. So I guess I'm gonna have to make a playlist and just put everything like that in a playlist or whatever. But child, if I do another video about trapping, I seen this picture. I got a group on Facebook and it's about the same subject. The group on Facebook is basically the same subject as the video that I'm putting in the comment section. So it's so many pictures in that group. Yeah, I got to watch that too. I got to watch Trap Queens. But it's a picture in front of this nightclub that we used to go to. The nightclub was called Charles Disco. I had no business being at that damn nightclub because it was only because my babysitter, she didn't want to not go to the club. So she would put me on. I was already hot and grown anyway, so she would put me on the hot girl shit, and I'd be up in the damn club. So it's a picture of this guy. I remember him. He used to be so, I guess you could call street big time, but his ass was on top of a Cadillac at the club, standing on top of the Cadillac in a fur coat and in front of the Charles Disco. I was like, oh my God, that is so motherfucking popping right now. I'm gone, y'all. I don't want y'all to know I'm a hood rat. Bye.